Awesome. All right, our focus today is going to be on one-sided work. So we're going to be kind of destabilizing our body, using our core for balance and to stay in our alignment. So that's going to be a fun challenge. Let's start with feet hip distance apart. Start to engage your inner thighs as though you're going to draw them together, but don't actually do so. Engage your core, use that to lift your rib cage up off your waist. Roll your shoulder blades down your back of the head, over the back of the spine. Feel this awesome alignment here from your heels all the way up to the top of your head. And we will try to maintain this super tall alignment, head and chest lifted especially throughout our class. Great, Liz. All right, we are going to start with a little bit of a warm up. Let's start with our feet wide. Sorry, trying to get all this set up. Feet wide in your wide second position, feet at about a 45-degree angle, not totally facing out. We're going to push those knees out over the feet, and we're going to come down into this second position, plie, arms extended. Let's just start with this plie. So what we're really focusing on here is this head and shoulders staying very tall. In a classical ballet plie, we'd really try to keep the glutes right in line with the heels. I do not care if your glutes fall behind a little bit. It's just all about how much hip mobility you have, but trying to keep that head and shoulders tall, not bending forward. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stay down here, lift the heels, alternated lift those heels. So down here, we've got lots of time to concentrate on that hip opening, keeping those knees right over the toes. If you look down, you should be able to see your big toes on the inside of your knees. If they are on the outside of your knees, just close up your feet a little more so that you can maintain your alignment. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Staying here. If you can, lift both heels and then drop one side, then the other. Nice balance challenge here. If you'd like, you can grab your chair that you're using as a bar later on in the class for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise it up. Nice job. And I should have said at the beginning, NPR is joining with FOHO for this class going forward. We'll see how that partnership works. So we are extending it to 45 minutes, which I'm excited about. But you can leave at any time that you need to, of course. Let's come into our next warm-up move. We're going to stand with our feet in first position. That means heels together, toes open. Again, if we were to plie, we want to see those big toes on the inside of the knees. Arms out for balance. We're just going to do a développé kick. That means that we run our foot up our leg, develop it out to the side. Again, nice balance challenge here. You can grab your chair if you would like, or you can work on your balance here. Height is not important. If you have amazing height and you can bring your foot up by your ear, awesome. If you're more down below right here today, awesome. Just working on mobility through that hip joint, warming up the knee a little bit too. Standing tall with that head and shoulders for 8, 7, 6, 5, just coming through that natural movement. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do a little challenge here. Let's do a hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful balance, you guys. All right, our last warm-up move is going to be a step side to side. You can turn it into a glissade if you would like. That's a jump. So we're just gonna step, step, step. So if you have bad knees or just are not ready to jump, leave it here. If you'd like, you can add a little jump. Every jump starts and ends with a bent knee to protect those joints. Jump, jump. Nice. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great, you guys. I hope you're super warm now. Let's pick up those weights. Little weights, 1 pound, 2 pounds, water bottles or body weight. Don't try to go too big because we're going to do a lot of reps. Let's start with our flies. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. Knees softly bent in a skier position, feet parallel, hinging from the hips. Strong core from below, no booty out, no booty in. Just a nice neutral spine. Roll those shoulder blades down the back and fly. Fly. Nice. Beautiful, you guys. Really good. Maintaining a neutral head. This is an exercise for our back, so really squeeze those shoulder blades together at the top of the movement. The work starts there and ends there. You're raising your arms by squeezing those shoulder blades together rather than thinking about your arms moving in your shoulder sockets. Lift for 4, 3, 2. Keep them up here. We're going to do one arm down and up, other arm and up, other arm and up, maintaining that strong core, maintaining that nice neutral spine, not unnaturally straight, definitely not unnaturally curved, and up, down, and up for 4, 3. We're still not going to be done. 2, and 1. Stay up here. Let's pulse, 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 pulse. Squeeze those shoulder blades together for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake it out. Nice. We're going to do some true shoulder work now. We're going to do a rope climb. Feet hip distance and parallel. Arms open, elbows open. They want to creep forward. We want to keep them open here. Reaching up and up, up and up. So doing this one-sided work. A little bit of destabilization. Our hips and legs are planted. You'll be getting a little bit of movement through the rib cage as we go up and up, keeping those elbows back, up, up. Turn your palms to the center now, up, up, up. Trying to go up and over a little more. We're reaching right over the top of the head, up, 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 holding onto that core for some nice core development here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that down. Nice. Okay, coming into a side raise. Again, more work for our shoulders. Shoulder heavy this morning, but shoulders are great with these little weights. Strong core, super strong. Roll the shoulder blades down the back. We're going to come into a side raise and down. Side raise and down. So being really careful to keep those shoulders away from the ears. So it's not a shoulder shrug. It's keeping those shoulder blades locked down in the back. Thinking of an oppositional motion here where your hands raise and your shoulder blades press down into your back pocket. Lift and down, lift and down for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep it up here. We're going to do one arm at a time. We're going to stay on one arm for 8, 7, and of course you can always drop the other arm if you need to. 6, 5, still paying attention to that shoulder blade. 4, 3, 2, and I promise I'm not setting my arm on something. 1, other side, down and up, down and up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, we're not going to be done, and 1, pulse, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. We're going to come down to the floor for our triceps, so put out your mat if you have it. If you're on carpet, you probably got enough cush here. We are going to come into our bird dog position. All right, I forgot to set our timer. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, one weight in one hand. We are going to roll that shoulder blade behind, lift the weight up above the booty. You can stay here with both knees down on the mat, or you can lift the opposite leg, and we're going to pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Strong core, not collapsing through that spine, definitely not collapsing through that shoulder. Head neutral, no head dropped. That will give you a head rush and cut off your windpipe. Pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, hand to the ceiling. 4, 3, we're going to stay here. 2, and 1. Bend the knee, the elbow, up, up, up. Elbow is pushing straight up. It's not flaring to the side. You should really be feeling this in your tricep. Push. Nice, you guys. Push, push, push for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch to the other side. So get set up, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, opposite arm, opposite leg. We're going to start with that little pulse up, up, up. Great alignment, everyone. Good job, good strong cores, protecting that spine from below. Pulsing up, trying to get that hand up above the booty, palm is facing to the ceiling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Elbow up, 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 up. So the hand shouldn't be moving much in space. It should be pulling a little bit to the forward of your body. But this is just a little motion, pushing that elbow straight up into the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set that down. You can push back onto your knees, bend your wrists, take a little pressure out of those, putting your mat back to the side. We are going to finish our arm series with some bicep work. So we're going to have our arms straight out to the side, feet underneath your hips, strong core, lifting that rib cage up off the waist. And we are going to reach and curl, reach and curl. You actually might want to spread your feet a little. So we're working to keep those hips steady in space, doing a rib cage isolation. So we're just reaching from the waist over toward that arm that we're curling. Reach, reach, reach. Bringing some core work into this. Reach, reach, reach. Arms are open, hands in line with the shoulders, not forward of them. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay steady, pulse, pulse, pulse. So we're going down to like 1/4 and then coming up to 90 degrees. So it's like 90, 45, 90, 45. Not fully taking the tension off in either direction. Awesome, you guys. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All set. You did it. We made it through our arm series. Getting set up with your chair against the wall, on a bookcase, whatever you're using for your bar support. So this is going to help you balance. A chair is not as good as a real bar, unfortunately, because it's not fixed, so we can't put any weight on it, but it can help us with our balance. So we're going to start in first position, heels together, toes at about 45 degrees. We are going to do a rond de jambe, which means a circle of the leg, and we're going to start out really simple. So you can have your arm out in second, you can have your hand on your hip, whatever is comfortable for you. And we'll just start, point that toe forward, circle it around. Demi, demi, and now we're going to come into a plie. We're going to bend the standing knee. It goes right over the toe. Grand stand. Demi, demi, plie, grand, and stand. Demi, demi, plie, and stand. So in this plie, we are keeping plie, that head and shoulders up tall. Demi, demi, grand, demi, demi, grand. Nice job. 2 more like this. Circle, deep, circle, circle, deep. We're going to stay down here in this plie. Just stay down here, as big as you can make that circle. That other leg, the heel comes to the floor and we bend into a plie. As we come through, standing tall. It's a lot easier to stand tall when you're not in a dynamic movement. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. Second set in the air. So we're going to start with the same thing. Just a little circle on a straight leg, straight standing leg. Circle all the way through. Circle. And now plie, big circle. Circle. So keeping that leg in the air, keeping the turnout, plie, big circle. So you're keeping that foot in a first position, leg turnout. We are working on the side of this glute here. So you should feel it in both the standing leg and in the working leg, mostly in the standing leg, honestly. The working leg is kind of there to make us forget how much work the standing leg is doing. 2 more sets. Circle, circle, plie, circle, circle, plie. Stay in this plie. 8, 7, really hard work. 6, strong core. 5, no movement in the torso. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. I hope you really felt that in that standing leg. Let's even it out. Coming to the other side. We're going to do that whole thing over again. So just starting in your first position, let's do the simple version on the floor, standing straight, rond de jambe, plie, bring it through. Rond de jambe, plie, bring it through. Circle, circle, plie, bring it through. And this leg that was our standing leg, already feeling that nice work happening on the side of the glute. 2 more sets. Plie. Last set. Circle, circle, plie, Bring it through. Let's stay in this plie, circle. Bending that knee to come through this plie, making sure that your knee is not collapsing inward. You should see that big toe on the inside of your knee if you look down. For 4, 3, 2, 1, stand it up. Second set, leg in the air, get set up, recommit to your first position, feel your alignment, feel your height and elongation in the air. Circle, circle, plie, and circle. Circle until we can make a bigger circle up here, plie, and circle. Nice. Rond de jambe, plie, bring it through. 2 more, circle, circle, plie, bring it through. Last one, circle, circle, plie, bring it through. Stay in this plie, circle. Again, paying attention to the core, to the head and shoulders. Nice range of motion wherever you are in your range of motion, keeping that leg turned out in the hip socket for our hip mobility. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rise it up, shake it out. Nice, you guys. Let's do a one-legged squat. We're going to have our feet parallel, and we are going to do a tendu, which just means running the toe along the floor. We're going to run our toe out to the side, bring it in, one-legged squat. Out, one-legged squat. So in this one-legged squat, we are pushing that booty behind us. The knee is staying right over the ankle. I can really feel the difference in glute engagement. If I let my knee creep forward, the work is all here in the quad. If I push that glute back and keep the knee in alignment, all the work is happening in the glute. 4, 3, 2, stay down here, pulse, 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 check your knee, check your glute engaged. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, rise it up. Other side, feet parallel, tendu out, squat on one leg. So you can either rest your toe on the ground, which traditionally a tendu does not leave the ground, or you can let it just come an inch above the floor to increase the work on your standing leg. Only do that if you can maintain your form. I think I'm actually going to leave my toe on the ground today so I can concentrate on pushing that glute back behind me and engaging it fully. Push and out, push and out. Nice job. Push and out. 4, 3, 2, stay down here, and we pulse, 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 engage that core. We're not going to be totally lifted because we don't have supportive bars, but we can be strong through the shoulders for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rise it up. Shake it out. You guys, awesome. That was really good. I hope your glutes are really feeling that work. Let's do a little bit of standing core work now. We are going to come up into releve. That is optional. So that just means lifting up onto your toes. We're going to stay up here. So walk your heels together. Squeeze those inner thighs together. Squeeze the heels together. We want to be super strong here. Core engaged, rib cage lifted. One hand on your chair or bar, keeping the hips where they are. We were doing with that rope climb and up and over with the rib cage. We're going to keep that here. We're going to keep this arm up and over, up and over. Nice. So reaching over, you can of course come down to flat feet at any time for this. We're just doing a little calf and balance work here, along with a little bit of core work. So coming up and over as much as you can without destabilizing yourself, and changing the position of your hips. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Come down, little stretch in those calves before we go to the other side. You can walk those knees. Just don't want you to get a calf cramp here. Getting set on the other side. Feet in first position, rise up, walk your heels together, squeeze the heels, squeeze the inner thighs, lifting up through the rib cage. This is not quite in the right place. There we go. Up and over, up and over. So really thinking about lifting the rib cage up to make as much room here as you can before you bring it over. Otherwise, it just kind of gets stuck on your hip bones. Up and over. Keeping a nice straight plane with this upper body, not bending forward, not leaning back. For 8, 7, beautiful, you guys. I'm loving the extension. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set those feet down. Give it another good stretch on those calves. Really nice. Okay, one more bar move before we come to the floor for our core series. Hold facing your bar or chair, feet parallel. We are going to bend one knee, one leg standing. We are going to reach it behind, keeping the tall spine, and we're just going to do little circles with that knee behind us. If you have a ball, you can put that ball between your, hold on to it with your knee. You could put a rolled up towel there or a pillow there. I think I'll just do it freestyle this time. The goal is to keep that knee behind the other knee without losing the spinal alignment. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees back together. Again, spinal alignment, hips parallel and facing forward. Lift that leg up. This time your legs are in line with one another. Little circles with that knee in the standing fire hydrant. This is a lot of work right here on the side of the glute and in the hip flexor, where we were already working with those one-legged squats. So this should be tough. Tiny circles, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. All right, wiggle it out. Get ready for the other side. Strong core to hold that spine in place. Bend the other knee, push it behind you just a little, and little circles. Strong core, straight spine, just a little circle with that knee. Really nice, good control, everyone. These little movements can be really hard because you don't get any relief in them. It's just constant muscle engagement. And it's lots of little muscles that we don't use a lot, our little stabilizer muscles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Coming into this fire hydrant. Just a little circle here. Straight spine. Just lifting as high as you can while still keeping a neutral alignment. Circle, circle, circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Oh my gosh, you guys, great job. Done with the bar. Really good work. Getting our mats, coming down to the floor for our core work. Always take a water break when you need one. Definitely don't want you dehydrating. It is so hot out here. Okay. And of course, we're going to start with a tough one. We're going to start with our plank variation. And so you can be on your hands to make a little more space. If you have bad wrists, always feel free to come down to your elbows. Knees are always an option. So if you're on your knees, straight line from the top of the head to the knees. And if you're on your toes, straight line from the top of the head to the heel. We are going to be doing a passe. So a passe is just bringing the toe to the knee and opening up the knee. So a passe standing is this. And our plank, it's the same thing. If you're on your knees, we'll just tap that toe, tap that toe. Working to keep our hips parallel to the mat. So the goal here is not to rock side to side with those hips, but to use the core to protect that spine from twisting. Tap, tap, tap for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a rest. We're going to do holds on each side. Roll your wrists, get a little stretch here. Mentally prepare yourself. Choose your variation. Knees or toes, either one is going to give you a ton of core work as we destabilize in this passe. Choose your side, starting here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Sitting on the mat for our pretzel series. The bottom leg is straight in front of you, knee at 90 degrees. Top leg straight out to the side, knee at 90 degrees. This hand is supporting you. We're not collapsing into our shoulder. Really strong support through the shoulder. Other hand on the hip, lifting up that leg, and just a pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the foot, push back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toe, keeping that knee hovered. Kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that leg extended, toe pointed, pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. I hope you are feeling that work happening in the oblique, in the side of that waist. Setting up on the other side, straight to the front, straight to the side, 90, 90, strong supporting hand. Other hand on the hip, starting with the lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Heel push back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toe, kick. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pulse 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Deep breath. Another challenge. We're going to come into our side plank. We're going to be on our elbow. I like to fold the mat to give myself a little extra cushion because I have sharp elbows. We are coming into a side plank. So knees are an option. One knee, bottom knee, top leg extended. You can have the top leg in front, bottom leg in back, or you can stack your feet, whatever works for you. We're going to do a dip and then a thread the needle. So with a dip, we'll dip that hip and then we'll reach through and thread this needle. Dip and thread. Dip and thread. Dip and thread. 6 and thread. 5 and thread. 4 and thread. 3 and thread. 2 and thread. Last one. Thread the needle. Hold here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Awesome. That is a challenging series. You can always change position at any time through the series. Going to one knee or to both knees to keep your form. Getting set up on the other side. Your elbow is in line with your hip. It's on the mat. Lifting up. You can have hand on hip or up in the air. Dip and thread. Dip and thread. Dip and thread. For 6 and thread. 5 and thread. 4 and thread. 3 and thread. Last 2 and thread. Get ready for that hold. Dip and thread. Hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's finish our core series with a crunch variation. So we're going to have our palms flat on the mat, and we're going to start by lifting the knees and setting them down. So we're tapping the mat with the toes, reaching the toes as far out as you can while maintaining a controlled, strong core. In Pilates, we maintain the C curve of the spine, that gentle curvature of your lumbar spine, the lower back. We want to press the belly button down to the core. So you shouldn't be feeling exaggerated movements of your spine. You can always do one leg and then the other if you're getting too much spinal flexion here. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set the feet down, palms up, reach and back. Reach and back. So feel your pelvis tilt up as you press your belly button down. So this work, it is a lot of it in the upper core, but it's coming from your entire core area, from your glutes, from your hip flexors, from your lower core and your upper core. So it's a push down here and a push up with the head and shoulders. Push down with the belly, up with the head and shoulders. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay up here, hold, if you can, lift those legs to hold 2 for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hug your knees, lay back, we made it. Let's do a little bit of stretching. Slowly roll forward. We're going to stay down here on the mat. I'm going to fold up a corner of my mat to protect my knee. Kneeling here. Step one foot way in front, way more than 90 degrees. Hands on hips to keep them parallel. Push them forward. Feel this hip flexor stretch here in this extended back leg. Letting those hips fall forward. Inhale. And as you exhale, trying to relax down deeper into the stretch. As you relax down deeper, you're also getting some glute and hamstring stretch here in this front leg. You can clasp your hands together behind you to get a nice stretch. If that's not available to you, you can just hold on to your elbows and actively open that chest. Nice, really nice. Slowly push back, reaching forward to this extended toe. Let's get a nice hamstring stretch in that front leg. You can reach for the toe. You can have your hands on the mat. You can hold onto your leg, whatever's comfortable for you. Actively pushing back with this extended, the hip of this extended leg to elongate. Otherwise, your hip just opens and it takes the stretch out of the work. Nice. Switching to the other side. Hands on hips to keep them parallel. Step that opposite foot way forward. Push those hips together. Parallel, facing the wall. Reaching back. You can also this time, if you want to stretch your shoulders, reach one arm across. And stretching the other shoulder and back. Stretch. Nice. Really good melting into this stretch. Hands on hips, push back, reach forward for a nice hamstring stretch here. Letting your heart rate and your breath slow down. Okay, palms on the floor. Rotate to face front, both feet down. Coming into a standing V stretch. Nice stretch on that inner thigh. Try to face your big toes toward one another. Bring them together to get the maximum stretch in those hamstrings. And hands on hips, slowly roll up, head last, no head rush. Bring your heels into your power second position, super wide. Inhale, exhale, push the knees out into that plie. Inhale up. Exhale, pushing those knees out, strong head and shoulders. Inhale. One last time, exhale. Coming down here. Gentlemen, take your bow. Ladies, take your curtsy. Thank you so much for joining today. That was a lot of fun. Stop our recording.